The diagram above shows line segment RS intersecting a rectangle. What is the measure of angle Y? Okay, so this is one of those other problems where you need to know how these angles relate to the figure that you're working with. And in this case, we have 130 here. And we need to know that 130, so you need to know that this line basically is equal to totaling 180. Okay? So if that's 180, how can we figure out what is this guy? Right? So that guy, let's call it an x here. X is equal to 180 minus 130. X is equal to 50. Alright, so this guy is equal to 50 degrees. And now let me redraw what this figure kind of looks like, just so everyone can understand. So this is 50, and that here is a 90. Alright, because this is a rectangle and each of the corners are 90 degrees. So this is 90 degrees, this is 90, this is 90, and this is also 90. And let's figure out what is that. Let's call this Z. We'll do it a different color. Let's call this Z. How do we figure out Z? And maybe you were asking, why do we need to figure out Z? We're figuring out Z because what we're trying to figure out is this. Let me draw this in a different color too. Let's do this green. So we're trying to figure out, we have this line, right? So this line here, this line, and we have this intersection here where this is a Y, right? And something to note is this Y is equal to this Y. Those are both the same angles. So my idea is, let's find out Z, and if I add Z plus this line, Z plus this, so Z, this thing plus this thing, what does that equal? 180 degrees. And if I figure out what this is, I know what that is. Okay, so let's do that. So Z plus Y equals 180 degrees. Okay, so again, the recap, the 180 is coming from this. It's coming from this whole thing here. Alright, and a part of that will be Y. So then how do we find out Z? Z is equal to, this is actually, we can do that. First, let's find out what Z is. The inside of a triangle, the angles total in here is what? 180 degrees go in here. That's just a thing that you need to know. So 90 plus 50 plus Z equals 180 degrees. So 90 plus 50 is 140. 40 plus Z equals 180. z is equal to 180 minus 140, which is 40 degrees. So we have z is equal to 40, and we can plug it into this z. So we have 40 plus some y is equal to 180 degrees. So again, this is 180 degrees. Okay, so now y is equal to 180 minus this 40. Okay, and what does that mean? Y is equal to 140 degrees. So this y, so that we find out what this y is, and it's going to be equal to the other side. So the answer is 140.